back to Scott Swing Sports, ladies and gentlemen. We are back after the off season, and we are here to start our preseason predictions. Let's get into those right now. We'll start with UCF and the Bucks, as we always do on this channel. UCF, we'll start with them, is coming off a very rough 5-7 season last year, with Scott Frost back in charge. Hopefully this will be a much better season. So let's get into the predictions right now. First off, UCF hosting Bethune-Cookman 7:30 on September 3rd, ESPN at 7 o'clock on ESPN Plus. Hopefully I'll be able to be at this game. Hopefully the weather will hold up for that game. I will take UCF at home to get it done against Bethune-Cookman.
It's a pretty easy pick. UCF should win against Bethune-Cookman and win pretty big.
Next up, UCF heads on the road to Pitt to take on the Pitt Panthers at 3:30 on ESPN2. This is a revenge game for UCF. Pitt was the first team to end our undefeated streak back a couple of years back in 2019. UCF avenges that loss and gets a win on the road at Pitt.
I would venture to say that no one on the UCF roster was on the team in
Doesn't
2019.
matter.
And so I don't think the revenge factor is going to be as much as Scott believes it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, Pitt gets the win at home.
Next up, UCF heads back home to take on Georgia State. I will take UCF to win this game. I think UCF should win this game pretty easily. Even though in my video game it was a pretty close game, I'll take UCF to win the game, though, pretty easily at home because UCF has much better talent than I do on the video game.
Are you basing some of these picks on your video game results?
No.
Oh, all right. So Georgia State actually has upset some good teams over the years, but I don't think that'll happen this year. I like UCF to win this one at home.
Next up, UCF hosting TCU in our Big 12 opener. I will not be able to be at this game because this is state swimming weekend, where hopefully I will be competing in Special Olympics state swimming. I will take UCF to find a way to get a win here at home, even though our record's not very good when I'm in state swimming. But I think UCF will find a way to get a win here at home over TCU.
So my head says pick TCU, my heart says pick UCF. I'm going to go with my heart, and I'm going to take UCF to win this game at home.
Next up, on the road at Houston. A game we should have won last year, honestly. If we had a quarterback that could actually throw the ball last year, we would have actually won that game for the at home. But I will take Houston at home over UCF.
I'm actually going to take UCF to win on the road in this game. I know Houston has improved, but we have much better quarterback play this year. I think we win a close one, like a field goal type of game at Houston.
Next up, UCF on the road at Oklahoma State. I will take Oklahoma State here at home. I think UCF's bad luck charm will be there with by the name of Riley Carey, who I think is like 2-3 in road games outside of Orlando in his years of going to road games. So I will take Oklahoma State to get the win at home over UCF.
I don't think Riley Carey is a factor. I think actually Oklahoma State's transfer portal, they spent a lot of money this year, and I think Oklahoma State's going to be on the comeback.
Yeah.
I like them to win at home.
Yeah. Next up, UCF at home against BYU. That is a loss, even though we competed pretty well with them for about a quarter last year at home. On the road at BYU. Me and my dad were at the UCF basketball game, and they were giving us score updates, and they told us we were up like 14-0, and we're like, hey, all right, we might actually win this game. And then I think we lost like 34-20 or something. So UCF will lose this game at home against BYU.
Yeah, BYU's got a really good program right now. One of the top Big 12 teams. I like BYU to also get a win on the road.
Next up, Baylor at home. I think UCF should win this game. I think UCF's the better team. So I think UCF's going to win this game at home against Baylor.
Hate to keep agreeing with Scott, but I agree. But I do think this will be a tough one.
Yeah.
We struggled against Baylor over the last few years. I think UCF gets a close one given the better quarterback play. And
it's Halloween night, so I don't expect a great turnout at the UCF game that night. Next up, UCF heads into Kansas. I will take Kansas. I think Kansas is a better team right now than UCF, so I will take Kansas at home over UCF.
Yeah, Kansas' program has really improved over the last few years. They seem to bring in a good running back, good quarterback in just about every year. So I also like Kansas to get the win at home.
Next up, UCF hosting Arizona State. I will take UCF to win this game. Arizona State's probably going to be one of the weaker teams in the conference this year. So I will take UCF to win this game at home over Arizona State.
Arizona State is always underestimated, and they tend to overachieve relative to the expectations. I actually think Arizona State, unfortunately, will get the win on the road here.
Next up, UCF at home against Iowa State. That's another win for me. I think UCF should find a way to win this game. Iowa State's not great, but I think UCF will find a way to get a win at home in our final home game of the season to get it done against Iowa State.
With Iowa State pretty much losing the entire coaching staff and having a complete changeover in leadership, I like UCF to get the win.
Next up, UCF on the road at Colorado on rivalry weekend. I will take Colorado at home. I think Coach Poine's going to have the team ready. I think the altitude's going to hurt us. I'll take Colorado at home over UCF.
I agree. I think Colorado is probably going to get the win, as much as it pains me to say. So I think Scott had UCF finishing 7-5. I have them finishing 6-6.
Yep, either one's fine. Now into the Buccaneers schedule. Very tough team to predict this year after that absolute choke job we had last year, choking away the division. So the Bucs start on the road at Cincinnati. I'm going to ask you if the Bucs to win here. The Bengals always start slow. They never win in week one. Buccaneers go into Cincinnati, and Baker Mayfield outplays Joe Burrow in week one. Buccaneers get the win over the Bengals.
I'm going to agree with Scott. The Bucs are going to get the win, but I think it's going to be more the Bucs defense outplay the Bengals defense. I think it's going to be a really close game, and I'm going to take the Bucs to win as well.
Next up, the Buccaneers have their first home game, September 20th, 1 o'clock on CBS, as they welcome in the Cleveland Browns, who are basically already giving up on the season, already tanking for Arch Manning next year. I will take the Buccaneers at home over the Browns.
This may be our easiest game of the year,
Yep.
Given the fact that Cleveland's been a bit of a dumpster fire, particularly a quarterback. I like the Bucs in this one.
Next up, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers heading in, hosting the Minnesota Vikings. Good to have 3 straight home games at the beginning of the season with these northern teams coming in. I will take. I'm going to take the Vikings to pull off the upset. I think the Vikings are a little bit of a. I'm actually going to take the Bucs to win this game. I think the Buccaneers are a better team right now than the Vikings. I think Baker Mayfield's a better quarterback than Kyler Murray. So I will take the Buccaneers at home over the Vikings.
I think the Vikings are going to have a bounce back. I think Kevin O'Connell's too good of a coach to have back-to-back down years. I think the Vikings get the win on the road.
Yep. Next up, at home against Green Bay. I'm going to have this game as a loss. I think Jordan Love is a very good quarterback. The Packers usually struggle when they come down here to Tampa, but I think this time around, I think the Buccaneers will lose this game. So I'll take the Packers on the road to get it done against the Bucs.
I agree. I think the Packers should be one of the top 3 or 4 teams in the East, the NFC this year. So give me the Packers on the road.
Next up, the Buccaneers continue their rough schedule as they head into Dallas to host Dak and the Cowboys on Thursday Night Football. I will take the Cowboys out at home. I think that Dallas is a much better team right now than we are. I think Dak Prescott's going to have a field day against our defense. So I will take Dallas at home over the Bucs.
I agree with Scott. I think if this was at home, we'd have a better shot. But in Dallas, I think the Cowboys get the win.
So I have us at 2-3 so far. Rough start. Next up, we host the Pittsburgh Steelers. My buddy Terry Jewell was asking me if I'm going to this game. It's a 1 o'clock game on a Sunday afternoon in October. I do not believe I'm going to this game. I'll probably be watching it at home. And I think it's going to be a win. I think Tampa Bay is going to end this losing streak. I think Baker Mayfield's going to make just enough plays in this game. I expect a low-scoring game because Aaron Rodgers probably will not put up a lot of points. But I will take Tampa Bay to find a way to win this game at home over the Steelers.
I'm going to apologize to Terry Jewell for this pick.
Yep.
But I think with the Steelers going to a new head coach, you've got Aaron Rodgers, who's 58 or 59 years old.
Probably in his last season.
Pretty old fella. I like the Bucs to get the win here.
Next up, on the road at Carolina. I'm going to take the Buccaneers to win this game. I think We just gifted the Panthers the division last year. That will not happen this year. The Buccaneers will take care of business, and we defeat the Panthers on the road in Carolina.
I'm going to have to go the other way. I think Carolina is going to continue to improve. They're on an upward trajectory. We're kind of flat. I think the Panthers get the win here.
Next up, we are at home against the Atlanta Falcons after that abysmal choke job that we had last year on 3rd and 28 or whatever it was. I will take the Buccaneers to learn from that last year and get the win at home against the Falcons.
I agree with Scott. I think the Falcons are really a hard team to predict. When they're at their best, they can beat anybody. When they're at their worst, they can lose to anybody. I think in this game, we get the win.
Next up, the Buccaneers head into Chicago to take on one of the best stories of last year, Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears, Sunday Night Football. I will take the Chicago Bears at home. I think the Bears are probably one of the teams that I think could make a run to make Super Bowl this year. I really like Caleb Williams and how well he played last year. I think that young team is going to continue to get better. I will take the Bears at home over the Bucs.
I got to agree with Scott again on this one. I think the Bears are going to be one of the top 2 or 3 teams in the NFC. Caleb Williams, I think, is going to break out as a superstar quarterback this year. I think the Bears get it done.
Next up, the Buccaneers head into Detroit to take on the Lions. That's another loss. I think the Lions are going to be one of the better teams in the NFC this year. So I'll take the Lions on the road over the Bucs.
So for whatever reason, we play the Lions tough. And I'm
Not
gonna
last year.
Not last year, but in general, if you look over the last 3 or 4 years, I'm going to pick the upset here. I think the Bucs are going to go into Detroit and get the win.
We beat them there 2 years ago, so that makes sense. Next up, the Buccaneers hosting the Carolina Panthers, Monday Night Football. I will take the Buccaneers to win this game. Like I said, I think Bryce Young got a gift last year of a division championship with Todd Bowles being an idiot. So I think Tampa Bay will win this game at home over the Panthers.
I'm going to pick a season split between the Panthers and the Bucs. I think the Bucs will lose on the road. They'll get the win at home. I like the Bucs in this one.
Next up, the Buccaneers hosting the Los Angeles Chargers. I will be at Disney with my family on vacation, so I'm probably not going to be able to watch much of this game. But I will take the Buccaneers to find a way to get a win here. I think Justin Herbert's a decent quarterback, but it's a West Coast team coming to the East Coast, so you know how that goes. I will take Tampa Bay at home over the Chargers.
I think the Chargers are going to be one of the better teams in the AFC. I think the Chargers will get the win. I think Justin Herbert will be the difference.
Next up, the Buccaneers heading to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. I will take the Ravens at home. I think the loss of John Harbaugh is going to hurt them, but I think that Lamar Jackson will still do enough to get the win at home over the Bucs.
I agree. I think in the post-Harbaugh era, we have a better chance of beating the Ravens on the road, but I don't think we have quite enough. I think the Ravens get the win.
Next up, the Buccaneers hosting the New Orleans Saints. I will take the Buccaneers to get the win at home over the Saints. I think the Bucs will find a way to get a win here at home over the Saints.
I agree. I mean, the Saints are a tough team to predict since they have a young quarterback, but I think at home we get the win.
Next up, the Buccaneers heading into Atlanta to take on the Falcons. I will take Tampa Bay to win this game. We always play well in Atlanta, so I will take Tampa Bay to get a win over the Falcons on the road in Atlanta.
I think, like the Panthers, we're going to split with the Falcons. I think the Falcons get the win at home.
Next up, we are hosting the Los Angeles Rams. Could be a revenge game for Baker Mayfield after they injured him last year in the on Sunday Night Football. But it's not going to matter. Matthew Stafford and the Rams are going to win this game. They're my pick to win the Super Bowl this year. So I'll take the Rams on the road over the Bucs.
I'm going to agree with Scott. I think the Rams are probably one of the 3 or 4 best run organizations. McVay's one of the best 2 or 3 coaches in the league. I like the Rams.
Now into the final game of the season as we head into New Orleans to take on the Saints. I will take Tampa Bay to win this game. Last year we beat them in New Orleans. I think we'll do the same thing here. So I'll take Tampa Bay on the road over the Saints.
I haven't kept track of our record, but I suspect that this may be the game we need to win in order to get the division, in order to get into a wild card.
Yep.
So I am going to take the Bucs as well to win on the road in New Orleans.
And I will do it for this episode of Scott's Bean Sports. I'm not sure who's going to be in here next week with me. I need to talk to my sister and see if she's good enough, if she can film us next week. If so, my mom and dad will be in here. If not, it'll just be me and my dad again next week. So I will see you guys right back here next week on Scott Speaking Sports. See you later, guys.
See you guys.